since I started getting into e-bikes, I quickly realized that one bike wasn't going to be enough for me. And the reason is because there's so many different type of bikes uh, when it comes to power, range, or style. And I had this plan of having the Holy Trinity. That's how I call it. Where I was going to have three completely different bikes. And each bike was going to be for one specific purpose. And I know it's very expensive for you to get one more than one e-bike. This thing is you can spend a lot of money in doing that. But I was fortunate enough to actually make this come through. And I'm so happy to show you this three completely different bikes that I have. One of the things that I was looking for uh, to cover each section of the things that I wanted was I wanted a bike that was just gonna be for range. I wanted another one that it was gonna be for like just for fun, just like something that you can go off road and throw anything at it that has the power to just like go through mountains and rivers and anything that you can throw at it. And the last one, I wanted one that it was going to be like an undercover bike, something that people will see and don't even know that it's an e-bike, something that I can take to a bike path that don't allow e-bikes. I can take to the park. I can have fun with the family. Something that it was gonna give me that e-bike experience, but it was not gonna be like too out there when it comes to the power and the way it looks. And we can start here. The Hornet Bandit is the one that has the range. This is the bike that you can spend the whole day riding. This is something that is a cruiser. It's for you to get on the road and just ride for hours. Obviously, this bike is very different than the original bike. This has been very modified. It has a 7250 amp battery that will give you a smile every time you ride. This one is something that I purchased from Uncle Richie. It's the infamous Hornet Bandit, and I'm so happy to have this bike. This is the one that I would take for long rides that will require for me to have a big battery. Next one is the Saron. This is the bike that if you only have money to get one, this is the one that I will always recommend to get because it has so much out of the box where you don't have to modify anything. You have power, you have range, you have the capability of going off road. Man, obviously, this is something that if you don't modify the battery, this is something that you might be missing out on the range. This bike, in my opinion, was meant to go off road, and I'm fortunate enough to live in a place where I have a lot of land that I can just take my bike and have a big smile on my face. Most people I know that since it's their only bike, they usually want to have some powerful battery, and I can completely understand. And usually they use the bike to just be on the road and not go off road. But for me, this is something that I love. That me coming from a mountain bike background, this is something that it was like so awesome to have something like that is electric and it doesn't require maintenance like a gas bike. Last but not least, we have the ZOOZ BMX. And this was actually the second bike that I bought after the Saron. Ever since I started getting into e-bikes and checking out different brands and different styles, I have never seen a bike that has the specs of this one. This bike checked all the boxes to have a bike that doesn't cost a lot of attention. Even though this is, out of all three, this is a bike that looks like a regular bike than the other ones, it has a lot of power because the bike is only 60 pounds and it has a very powerful battery in comparison with the weight. The design of the bike, it's an ingenious design. Having the battery to just blend in with the seat, it gives that look of like confusion, like what is this? it's, it's like a BMX frame and it has this long seat and the battery is incorporated into it. So people have to have like a second look to it and say, what is that, an e-bike or what? So this is the bike that I purchased, basically just for me to go anywhere that e-bikes were not allowed. This is something that you can actually pedal. You can even take the battery and use it as a regular bike. So this bike was perfect for what it was. Nothing more, nothing less, but it's just a bike that is just to chill. It's just for you to go play with your family or go into a place where you don't want to be noticed. I think that would be the best way to describe it. It's the bike that is for you not to be seen. I think for anybody that might want to get into e-bikes and want to create that perfect balance of e-bikes, I think this is the way to go. At the beginning, I was thinking about going with a motorcycle, electric bike. But then I realized that with the Bandit, it was something that I didn't have to go that route because this is something that feels like a motorcycle. And it's not as big as some of the brands that are getting into that market. I didn't want to have a problems with the law or having to register a bike because once you cross that line, then it becomes it becomes like a motor vehicle. It becomes something that you have to pay insurance. It's something that you have to deal with license plates. E-bikes are supposed to be closer to a regular bike than a motorcycle. I mean, you can blur the lines and, and have something like this, but when you have a motorcycle that is an e-bike, which is going to be heavier and bigger, it was something that I didn't think I want to go into, of having to register and having a license plate. So there you go. These are my three bikes, the Holy Trinity. These three bikes cover everything that I needed and anybody should need when it comes to e-bikes. Range, power, and functionality. And I'm very happy and lucky to be able to have this. All right, so that's it for the video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.